Assalamu alaikum. Today we are here to learn about the topic pollination and fertilization. As we know that all living things reproduce, like all other living things, plants also reproduce. Plants reproduce by their seeds. When seed germinates, it produces a new flower. First, we need to know about the structure of flower. Flower consists of four main parts. The first part is sepal. The other part, which is the beautiful part of the flower, is their petals, and the stamen, which is the male reproductive part of a flower, and the pistils or carpels, which is the female reproductive part of a flower. Stamen consists of head, which is called anther, and a filament. And the pistils or carpel consist of stigma, which connect with the style and which ends at the swollen part, which is called ovary. The ovary contains ovules, which is the female reproductive cells. Now, what is fertilization? When pollens from the stamen join the ovules, which is in the ovary of the plant, of the flower, it is called fertilization. How fertilization takes place? When pollen from the stigma moves towards the stamen, it causes fertilization, and due to fertilization, fertilization leads to the reproduction of new flower. And through the fertilization, seeds germinates inside the flower, and that's why seeds are present in fruits. Now we see what is pollination. The pollination is a process by which pollen is transferred from the anther to the stigma that enables the fertilization and reproduction. There are various ways through which pollens move to the anther. Flowers have the brightest part, which is petals, which contains sweet nectars, which contains honey-like nutritionals, which act as a food for different insects like butterflies, bees, and different animals. When these animals visit the flower and suck nectar from the flower, while they suck the flower from the nectar from the flower, some pollens from the stamen gets attached to the body of that insect, and when the insects visit another flower of the same kind, that pollen get attached to the sticky stigma of that other flower. This is called pollination. There are two types of pollination. First is self-pollination, and the other one is cross-pollination. In self-pollination, when the pollen move to the flower of the stigma of the same flower, it is called self-pollination, and when the stigma or when the pollen of the same pollen of a flower move to the other flower of the same kind, it is called cross-pollination. What are the agents involved in the pollination? There are especially small insects like honeybees, bees, butterflies, or beetles are the main agents that causes pollination. Human beings and mammals are also act as an agent for the pollination, and water and wind also act as an agent for the pollination.